My parents. You can't do it without parents or a good support system.
And you found me? Yeah, I was never late for a run.
I don't blame her. She ran in there and she was like, "What is it?"
He's good on that side of the game.
Social life is really already a team.
It is.
Stuff outside the arena, like filling trucks up with gas and stuff.
Oh, yes.
Welcome to the very first podcast of Arklatex Roundup. I'm here at University Arkansas Monticello, and with me I have two of the young ladies on their rodeo team. We have Allie Jo and Grayson, and I'm going to, I guess, go ahead and get right into it. I'm really excited to be here. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you for doing that.
Yes, thank you.
I'm super excited about this. I don't know much about college rodeo at all, so I might just randomly pop up with some questions and hopefully get some of y'all's questions answered as well. All right, so just some of the stuff that I have here is what first got y'all interested in rodeo?
I had never rodeoed before. I'd only barrel raced, and when I was coming a freshman at UAM, Mr. Rusty had asked me if I wanted to be on the team, and I was very hesitant about it because I'm used to, the manicured ground and all that, and so I didn't know. I didn't have rodeo
Barrel
horses.
racers and ground.
Yes, and so I go to a feed store down the road from the college, and it just so happened one day they cornered me up in there. Rusty came in, and the lady, she was like, you need to do it, and they got me to do it, and I'm very glad they did.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What about you?
For me, it's always been, it's always been the family. My dad was a first generation bull rider, so being around the rodeo world was always a must for us, and he had nothing to do with horses, but since he had a little girl, he couldn't really have a bull rider, so he got me some horses, and ever since I was about 4 years old, I've been in rodeos. I've competed all the way to Colorado, South Louisiana, and so when it was time to go to college rodeo, I knew college rodeo was what I needed to do.
All right, and you grew up with rodeo in your family? Like, did anybody prior to you?
My mom, she rode Western Pleasure and showed horses. And so me and my sister did that a little bit when we were younger, but we wanted to go faster.
Yeah.
So we got rid of the slow horses eventually. And we never gave up on them. We didn't want to go back slow.
Like, you kind of get addicted to the adrenaline. Once you get that one little hint of it, you're like, okay, I want this.
Yes.
All right. What are both of y'all's main events that y'all do?
Barrel race.
Boris?
I breakaway and team rope.
Breakaway and team rope. Can't heel to save my life. Are you a
I
header?
can't heel either. I'm a header.
Can't do it. All right. Who has been the biggest influence on y'all as far as role models?
I'd say my biggest influence is probably my parents. My parents have really made me who I am today. I wouldn't be where I was without them. In the rodeo aspect, for sure, my dad, he always helped me to know when it was okay to do wrong. Well, like, not wrong, to do bad. You're not going to be perfect every time we get into the arena. If you try your 100%, that's all you can do. So
sometimes your 100% is only 1%.
Yeah.
That's what an old instructor told me whenever I took lessons. What about you? Who's been a role model for you?
My parents. You can't do it without parents or a good support system. It is so hard, and it really does take a lot of people to support you to be able to do it. And I would say James Barnes. When I was younger, I grew up riding with him, and he just really brought out the competitive nature in me. And I probably wouldn't have ever been that way if it wouldn't have been influenced by him.
So you're a very passive-aggressive person.
No, I don't know. Maybe.
That's exactly what a passive-aggressive person would say. Okay, tell me about your experience with one of your very first rodeos that you, as far as you can go back, like an actual rodeo.
You take it away.
I'll tell you one story. We were doing a Little Britches rodeo in Natural Dam, and it's not my first rodeo, but it's the first rodeo I remember. I was in the barrel racing, and I was playing in the sand pen or whatever, and they started barrel racing. My dad could not find me, and he found me, and they had been calling my name, and he found me. Yeah, I was never late for a run again. I was on my horse when that rodeo started, so that's one thing I remember. But
He was like, "You're gonna learn this early on."
oh yeah.
Did Rusty come in here?
No. We were just talking about that.
The first rodeo I ever done was I really wanted to qualify to the American. And I made it to the semifinals 3 times, but you know, they take care of the ground and stuff, so it's not really a harsh rodeo to transfer from barrel racing into.
Yeah.
But really, my first rodeo was Marshall, Missouri, my freshman year, and it rained and rained and rained before the first round. And you know, this is the first real rodeo my horse has been to, and she just, oh, I don't blame her. She ran in there and she was like, "What is this?"
That was a rough first.
It was. But
Running in a pond, your very first rodeo. Hi. Running our mouths.
You messed up our whole thing. We have to start over.
That'd be alright.
How are you?
Good, there you go.
would you like to make an appearance?
I'm good.
He's good on that side of the camera. This is one that I'm even pretty nosy about because y'all do a lot. How do you juggle having a social life, if you even have time for that, your schoolwork and rodeo team?
I'd say the social life struggles the most.
Social life is really our rodeo team.
It is.
I'd say.
And so it's really not bad because we're really our best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have any other needs outside of seeing each other.
Yeah, and going to those rodeos, it's like we get to study a lot during our breaks and stuff. So I feel like that makes it a little bit easier to have time to do it in between. But yeah, I mean, the social life. I mean,
It takes the brunt.
yeah.
Same way with my job. I'm either working or just at home with my family. Not at home enough with them, but now we go down the road together. And
That's
my
nice.
fiance actually does photography, and I do videography at the same time when he can. All right. What is the biggest difference in high school rodeo and college rodeo?
I can't answer that one.
Or not, or if you can't compare yourself to high school, let's just compare rodeo before college rodeo. We want the pros and cons.
So high school rodeo, to me it was kind of similar, but competition wise it's not the same. High school rodeos, you for sure got your 2 rounds of rodeo and then you were done. Which in college rodeo is saying you're wanting to get to that end where you're in the top 4
Yeah.
by the end, but with high school rodeos, you were guaranteed those 2 runs, and in college rodeo, you're only guaranteed 1 run. So you have to, in the breakaway roping, there's about 100 girls, and you have to be in the top 10 of those girls to make it onto the short round. So barrel racing was 100.
Gosh, last weekend there was at least probably 115.
167.
Dang.
This weekend, 140 last week.
So high school rodeo and college rodeo is big difference between that. So like high school rodeo, there were maybe 30 kids in an event. So it's
That's
competition is
crazy. Yeah, super competitive. Wow, and breakaways really, in the past few years, there's a lot of breakaway ropers.
Right.
Like every event I go to, there's pretty much more breakaway ropers than there is anything else in any of the other events, and that's not even college rodeo. That's just like tri-state,
Everywhere.
anything, anything like that. All right, what does y'all's schedule look like usually on a day-to-day basis? Because you have to find time to study, go to your classes. and take care of a horse. And I know myself that a horse is like having a full-time toddler. So tell me about y'all's schedule.
I try to ride in the morning on the really hot days because I feel so awful. It's like 95 to 100.
Yeah.
I can't do it to them. But when it's cooler, I'll ride when I get home from classes. And if I have to study, I'll just do it after I get done at the barn. That's normally how I do it.
Okay.
We usually have roping practice at 6 in the morning throughout the beginning of the week, and then our rodeos throughout the weekend. So we get that kind of out of the way, and then, like she said, classes, and then after classes, whatever other horses you don't rope on and stuff, usually we ride, and then go home, study, and go to sleep, and do it all over again.
I love how the horses come first, though.
Yes.
I love that. All right. How do your professors and classmates react when they found out that you were on the rodeo team, or do they kind of? Is there any difference there between, or you just a student like everybody else?
I've never experienced it. They're very nice when we have to leave and about making up tests and stuff like that. But I've never really talked to the students about it.
Students, no. I mean, a lot of kids look at it as a sport at UAM. That we, especially professors, they think that we're just as important as the football or basketball team.
Yes.
So I think they're very understanding of, like, hey, you're representing UAM somewhere
Yeah.
else, so we're gonna give you the time you need to
That's
do your
awesome.
studies.
I love college rodeo already. All right. What is the hardest part in training for the events that you compete in?
Not overthink it at the same time.
Ooh.
Because you
Oh,
can,
okay.
there's a fine line of really working on what you need to and then getting in your head too much. Because I'll do that myself, so sometimes I just have to not ride in the arena until maybe a day or two before and just ride in the pasture and exercise them somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because I know that they need it time away just as much as I do.
Of course, yeah.
And
Yeah.
so when I come home, I'll usually give them the day off if it was a long drive, like the 8 hours. And then the next, I'll just kind of slowly start riding her again. But I try to stay minimalist on the barrels, but
Yeah.
everybody kind of does their thing different.
I'm very sure.
I'd say the overthinking part is a big deal. So like with anything, like you're trying to get something right. Like if I get this right, then it'll be good. Well, then you get that right, something else is gonna.
There's
go wrong.
always something
There's
else.
always something else. So just kind of being humble, like to yourself, like, hey, it's okay. Like you're trying your best, so just go out there and do it.
And
You
to
know,
believe in your practice. That makes a big difference. If you
Yeah.
believe in how you do when your practices, you're setting yourself up to win, then you will. But I had to get on to myself the other day because I felt like I wasn't practicing like I was setting myself up to win. It was like I was already ready to accept a defeat. And so you have to go into it thinking, I've set myself up the best that I can.
Yeah.
And so it's a big mental aspect, especially when they're back to back to back. So
Yeah.
you do something wrong the next, well, you've got 3-4 days and you better turn it around.
How often do y'all go to rodeos? Is it like an every weekend thing, or?
Usually, but we have a break in between. We have 4 in a row, is that right?
2 and then a week break and 2 more.
Uh-huh.
And then we got a little break before the 5th one for the fall.
Yeah. But a lot of us, we go to like rodeo, like jackpots and stuff in between, like especially that big break after our 4th rodeo into our 5th rodeo. Like it's 3 weeks, you said?
Maybe 5.
5 weeks break. So
That's a
I
good
mean,
little break.
to keep your horses, you know, still in that
Right.
rodeo environment. So we
Yeah, and keep y'all's timing up and stuff. That definitely makes sense. What is one life lesson that rodeo has taught you that you can carry over into anything that's not rodeo as well?
How to not give up, for sure.
I mean, that's
Sums it up.
about, yeah,
Take the
giving up.
punches and roll with
like,
it.
yeah, no kidding.
All right. whenever y'all are traveling down the road so much, and then horses are insanely expensive on top of travel and everything else, what do y'all do as far as financially? Do y'all get a bunch of sponsors individually, or is there just sponsors for the whole team as a whole? How do y'all handle that?
We'll get travel money at the beginning of the semester, and then if we make it back to the short round, then we will continue to get travel money each time. But it's like a motivating factor to be like,
Yeah.
oh yes, that makes it so much easier on us.
Yeah, it gives you something extra to work toward.
Right.
Yep.
Gotcha. What's something unique about the UAM rodeo team that would set it apart from other college rodeo teams?
I think that, which a lot of people know, we have a smaller team than most of the college rodeos, and I think that makes us closer as a team. Like, I think we talk to everybody. I think everybody talks to each other. And I see, like, on the bigger teams, like, I see them walking by each other, and it's not even, like, when I see Grayson or if I see, you know, somebody else, like, I'm saying hey to them, like, right then, you know, and
It's not like walking by somebody in Walmart.
Right. There's no clicks. We're just all one click.
yeah, yes.
That's a good thing. If y'all's click against the other clicks.
Yeah, it's like my mom.
They've done a lot. They've done a lot of stuff, and it's just like it's one of the parts that I really enjoy about my job. Like they do some crazy stuff. Not necessarily in the arena, because if a kid, for the most part, if a kid's college rodeo and they got it figured out. Now, my job is to maybe teach a kid how to win. They got the potential to do it if they're college rodeoing. But the stuff outside the arena, like filling trucks up with gas and stuff, tearing the latch off the back of their trailers, stuff like that, that not necessarily everybody knows, but everybody on the team knows.
Yeah.
One year we went to Murray, Kentucky, and I didn't bring one of those boards to put under the jack. And it was so late, it was probably like 10 o'clock. We couldn't see, so I unhooked it, let the jack down, and thank gosh I pulled that truck up just in time. I turned around and the trailer sunk in the ground because it was so wet there. And they had to bring the tractor and like lift it up.
We just unloaded.
And then you're just over here like,
yes, it was a few hour ordeal.
We just unloaded, and I was with Aspen, and I looked over, and as soon as I looked over, it happened. I'm like, oh my gosh, Grayson! And Aspen's like, what? And I said, their trailer's falling.
the trailer's falling.
We didn't know what was going on.
It keeps it interesting.
Mm-hmm. And then Aspen, they're headed home from Marshall freshman year, and they went to this gas station. There was no green on these lights anywhere. It's just straight red lights. And they pull up, and she goes in there and asks the guy in the gas station. He was like, yeah, the green, it's diesel or whatever. So they pump it. Well, they get what? Not even a mile down the road. And yeah, they're not going anywhere. So, after that, you gotta call Rusty. But Rusty's had a lot of those phone calls. Sometimes he answers with, what's it now?
Yeah.
What's going on now? Like,
What you need now?
yeah.
What did you do? Okay, ooh. If your horse or rodeo rig could talk, what would it say about y'all's adventure?
Give me a break.
Yeah.
I'd say give me a break.
I need this, I need that. I'd like brand new tires.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself with a rodeo after you're done with college?
There's never something that you could just hang up.
No.
So, I don't know. I would like to actually go to pro rodeos for 1 year and just see how that is and dabble my feet into it.
Yeah.
Because after I started rodeo, there's nothing else like it. At all. I could care less for a barrel race now.
It's probably very boring to you now with
Yes.
everything that a rodeo comes with.
Exactly.
I'm the same way. I'm gonna put my foot in the water with pro rodeos and see how that goes and where it takes me.
I really hope to see anybody I meet, along my job, but especially ones that I'm closer to and I actually get to interact with. Like, I don't really get to interact with competitors the way that I am right now. It's usually, hey, how are you? Hand in a business card, and I'm on my way. So it's nice to sit down and get to know y'all on a different level. I would really like to see y'all at the NFR someday. Like, it'd be so awesome to see y'all in top 15. I'm just gonna put that out there. All right. What are your personal goals for this season?
Consistency for me. I want to be in that top throughout the whole year and not wait till the last minute. Last year I waited till the last minute to actually do something. So this year I want to start it off by doing something and end it by doing something.
Right. Get the ball rolling and don't stop.
Yeah.
All right. What about you?
I would definitely say consistency because it's really easy to get everything going right and then it falls apart before you can even blink. And so to just keep that momentum going throughout the whole year is really important.
I think y'all do a really good job of motivating each other too. Like just sitting here listening to y'all talk to each other, y'all keep feeding into each other, and that's really good to have, especially as much as y'all travel and what all y'all do on a daily basis as well.
It's a pretty tight community, I'd say. Like we've got a girl, Aspen. You know Aspen?
Yeah.
She's from all the way in Florida, but I mean, she's one of our best friends
We
now.
love her.
And it's like rodeo really brings us all together. And
I see Aspen everywhere.
yeah.
Every time, like, what do I do? I think I seen her one time in Ruston. I seen her in Bastrop. I've seen her twice in Bastrop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if she's not at a college rodeo, she's jackpotting somewhere I'm at. What advice would y'all give to the younger generation or somebody maybe looking to get into college rodeo?
All you can do is try. I mean, if you're not gonna get it, I mean, shoot, some people get it on their first try, but I mean, just keep going. Don't, when something bad happens, don't give up right then. Like Grayson said earlier, I mean, it helps you. Rodeo helps you learn to never give up.
Yeah. Any from my experience on the rodeo road, anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Yes.
You just have to be prepared for it the best you can.
Yes.
What would you tell the younger generation?
To not be scared. To just, if you have a feeling that you want to do it, to just do it. Definitely. Because I would hate to have missed out on the opportunity to be a part of something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love that. What's the process like if somebody wanted to potentially get into college rodeo? Like, how did y'all kind of...
Well, Rusty contacted me, so I don't really know how you would go about contacting Mr. Rusty.
So you just gotta kind of do your best, and maybe they'll kind of notice you and come to you type situation.
You need to be competitive, and the most important thing about college rodeo is finding somewhere that you feel like you fit with a coach that you think can help you, and somewhere that offers what you think you want to do in life as a degree plan, because they're only going to get to do this for 4 years, but the incentive that college rodeo gives to kids to actually get a degree, it's a heck of a lot easier to go to class if you know you got to be eligible to rodeo than it is just to go to class. So there's a lot of great teams out there. I think ours is the best, just like everybody thinks theirs is the best. But the University of Arkansas at Monticello's got the only forestry program in the state of Arkansas. So there's different, depending on what you want to do after you get done college rodeo, and you might love it here, and you might want a degree in engineering. Well, we don't have a degree in engineering, so you're going to have to go somewhere that does, or change your life plan a little bit to go to that. But kids start looking earlier and earlier. I think you need to kind of pick out what region, area you want to be in, and then find out what schools are there and go see those schools, go visit those schools, go talk to the coaches, talk to the kids that are going to school there, and find out if that's something that you think would fit. When kids come here and look at the college, I feel like within the first 15-20 minutes they know if this is where they want to come to school at or not.
Yeah.
You feel we're a small campus, we're real rural. it's a good place to go to school, and it just depends on what you're looking for. So if you only go to one place and that's where you go to school at, then you're gonna be wondering, well, maybe I should have went to school over here or over there. So if you go look at 2 or 3 or 4, and you kind of decide where you want to go to school at, I think it makes you happier and makes you like you buy into that program and finish your degree. And it's when I was in college, I went to a 2-year school for 2 years, and then I transferred as a junior and started college rodeo. And way easier to go to class as a junior than a freshman because I was just going to the house when I got done when I was a freshman and sophomore. So it's a lot easier not to go to class, a lot easier to not want to keep going to school. But when you're getting to college rodeo, when you're getting to practice every day, it's pretty cool. There's a lot of kids that get college educations because of college rodeo that would not if there was no such thing as college rodeo. So it's pretty cool sport. It's a pretty cool deal that we have that we can get these kids a degree while they're rodeo.
What he says.
Everything. He covered everything. All right. Well, since you won't get on camera, but your voice is being heard. What I know you said earlier you like for them to be competitive, for them to be on here. Is that the first thing that you look for, or it's like a mixture?
More and more colleges are having to change the way they do things. Universities, colleges, community college, higher education has to change the ways. If I know a kid is not going to be successful in the classroom, it really doesn't do us a whole lot of good to get that kid.
Yeah.
So they need to have good grades to start with in high school, and either be competitive or for me to see the potential in that kid. That the work ethic, maybe they didn't have all the opportunities. Maybe they got to rope once a month, and this kid, they rope as good as this kid that gets to rope 3 days a week, just don't have the opportunity to do the resources to do what other kids do. So they need to have good grades to start with, because everybody, it doesn't matter if you come in the fall and you won 80 every rodeo in the fall and you're not eligible in the spring. It does nothing for your team. It does nothing for you. I mean, it helps them in the fall, but then in the spring they don't have it. So I would say have good grades and a good work ethic, and be able to get along with people. It's probably I recruit kids here that I hope are kids of high character. I want them to be productive when they leave here, not just productive in rodeo. So I'm looking for a kid that's going to take care of business, that's going to act like they're supposed to. When we're 8 hours away from home, they're going to act like they know how to act. So it's kind of different coaches have different ideas. That's just my idea on that. But definitely go look and try to do things to make yourself better.
I love it. Love it. A lot of coaches, I haven't met any in rodeo except for one other one, and it was very vaguely. But coaches to do with the other sports that I know, I've been in with, like football, basketball, stuff like that. Coaches are like, oh, just be good at the sport. You know, just be good at football. Just be good. For me, like, I want my team to look good. I'm not worried about if you need to go home and study for a test. I want you on the field. I love that you're not like that.
And I don't know who coined the phrase or whatever. My coach told me the same thing, and I've heard other people say it, and I tell my kids, there's a reason it's called college rodeo and not rodeo college. If you don't go to class, if you don't go to college, you don't get to rodeo if you're not eligible. So some students forget that, and then they don't get to go to the rodeos. So definitely, if they're not, they can be the greatest athlete there ever was, and if they can't go to class and stay eligible, they're not going to contribute to the team the next semester. So pretty. I want them to leave here and be a productive member of society, not just the greatest rodeo cowboy there ever was or cowgirl. It's important to me that they're good people when they leave here.
I agree. I'm hoping that it's way long time down the road that my daughter gets into college rodeo. That's what I hope. I don't know where, but somewhere. She's only 12. We got a while.
You ask them about their teachers and the other students and stuff, and I tell all of them at the beginning of the year, like, they have something going for. There's 18 kids on this campus that have something going for them that no other student on this campus has going for them. They're cowboys, cowgirls. Deep down, I don't care what you say. I don't care what. It don't matter. Deep down, everybody wants to be a cowboy.
Oh yeah.
Everybody. So any professor on this campus, deep down, now everybody might tell you they don't want to, but deep down everybody wants to be a cowboy. And they got that going for them. So as long as they take care of business, people will help them. Like they're talking about when they have to make up a quiz or make up a test or something like that. Those teachers, they can make them take it early before we leave for the rodeos. It just all depends on what that teacher wants to do. But 99.9% of the time, as long as they're taking care of business, we don't have any trouble. And most of the teachers, they're gonna do the same thing that for the rodeo kids that they would do for the football team or softball team or baseball team or whatever. So they got something going for them that nobody else has. Just right to start with, just by being on the rodeo team and being a cowboy or cowgirl.
Also, being on the rodeo team versus playing football or basketball it's not just you. It's a 1,000-pound animal that not everybody can deal with. That wants to act like a toddler, that wants to get its way 24/7. All right, I want to talk a little bit about y'all's rodeo coming up that I'm photographing. Super excited about that. I did SAU last year. I'll see y'all there this Friday. And then I'm the official for y'all's. So tell me a little bit about y'all's home rodeo.
Well, we started at the fairgrounds and we recently moved it within the past 2 years, and a lot of work goes into that. We all get together the week before and we help Coach Rusty put it all together, and it's really good for us. I mean, it helps us all come together and, put effort into it. And so I really like our home rodeo week. It's a lot of, just your friends and everybody together. It's my favorite rodeo of the year. I'm partial to it.
Sounds kind of like homecoming week, but for rodeo athletes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It kind of makes you feel proud too, like when it all comes together and when the rodeo starts and everything runs smooth, and it makes you feel like, dang, we all did this together. And most all the other teams, they have it set up for them, and we get to build it from the ground up. And Rusty, he does a lot for us that week, and while also putting on a rodeo. So
That's a lot, but it is fun.
yes, it's fun.
This is gonna be my first time being up here. I haven't even been this far north in Arkansas except for vacation. So this is gonna be nice, and I'll be staying here on the campus. I'm hoping to maybe get a little tour of the campus while I'm up here. I'm gonna talk to them about doing that. How many different colleges are going to be here, or roundabout?
13?
17 or 18.
Wow. Wow.
We've only been to one college rodeo. We'll go to our second one tomorrow. There's about 100 more total contestants this year than there's been ever that I know of in the Ozark region. There's 370-ish kids entered at West Alabama, and I think we'll have 380 by the time it gets to us, the fourth rodeo. There'll be a lot of them.
That's a lot lot of kids rodeoing. Just in college. just in the Ozark region as well. All right, earlier, I know y'all were talking about, you mentioned Aspen was from Florida.
Yes.
So, which state are y'all from?
I'm from Arkansas.
You're from Arkansas.
I'm from right here.
You're from right here in Monticello? What?
She's only 30 minutes
Yeah,
south.
we're pretty local.
Yeah,
y'all are local.
But we have a new girl from South Carolina. I mean, Rusty's really done a good job at pulling people from different places here.
Yeah.
And it's nice to meet people that we would have never even met if they wouldn't have came here.
Got a Louisiana girl.
Which one's from Louisiana? I haven't met the whole team yet.
Oh, her name's Kenzie. What?
She's from Calhoun,
Calhoun.
or somewhere right there around Calhoun.
Calhoun. Yeah, I don't get out much.
It's more
around
north.
Louisiana. If I, like I said, if I'm not
It's
working,
a little
I'm.
bit west of Monroe. Down in
Oh, okay, yeah,
Arkansas.
she's definitely way further north than me. I'm another hour and a half south of that. All right. Do y'all have anything else that y'all would like to add about y'all's team?
Come to our rodeo.
Yeah.
Come to our rodeo.
I'll be sure to link flyer, everything on all of my social media. I'm going to help advertise for y'all as much as possible. I have some of my friends actually coming up here just to watch me. They have bets that they make when I get in the arena on whether or not I'm going to get ran over by something. I told them I need to get in on that a little bit. Depending on the rodeo, depending on the stock contractor. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for doing this.
Thank you.
I hope that this helps also motivate more people to get into college rodeo, because it really is an amazing opportunity. I love how y'all motivate each other. You're there for each other. You make it seem so easy juggling rodeo and college whenever I can barely juggle photography and life. So that was super nice. So thank y'all again so much. And thank you, even though you're not in front of the camera. We got the coach to talk. He just wouldn't show his face. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to this first episode, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Bye.